What's up, gang? Demir from the Lifehack Method. Today, we're going to be trying something new and sharing advice from you, not from us, but from you, the community. Quick note, this video is sponsored by the Lifehack Tribe. Stick around to the end. Learn how to get a week in Lifehack Tribe for just $1. Gang, it's no secret this pandemic has been brutal on our mental health. And it really just comes in waves. You never quite know when you're going to be hit with a crappy mood, sometimes for a week and sometimes even for a month. But I gotta be honest, bad things happen all the time. The pandemic was just a bad thing that happened to all of us at the same time. So we need to be able to work through these moods, and we can't let them hijack our progress. So I asked our community this question: how do you keep working through a bad mood? And guys, you really delivered. Almost 100 responses, incredibly well thought out and insightful responses, and I'm just gonna share the top 3 today. Let's get into it. How do you keep working through a really bad mood? And for the sake of this discussion, let's assume I'm not talking about how do you get from a bad mood into a good mood, because let's be honest, sometimes you get in a bad mood and you stay there for a week or even a month. So how do you keep working when you're in a bad mood? It's a conundrum, right? Because when you're really sad, you really don't feel like working, but you also know that not working is not gonna make it any better. We all know that feeling of coming out of a sort of blue mood and realizing that you're a week or even a month behind on your work. Ugh, that's terrible. So I have a Demirism, if you will, that speaks to this predicament. Being productive during a crisis doesn't make it one bit better, but not being productive can make it a whole hell of a lot worse. Am I right, folks? Before we get into it, let's just make one thing clear. Any advice we give today is no substitute for real professional support. I have a prayer group that meets 5 days a week, an online friend group that meets weekly, and a dad's group that meets quarterly, as well as a couples therapist. And I'm grateful for those tools. I'm grateful that I have them available to me to get me through this. What I'm really saying is, therapy works. I use it, you should too. Okay, let's read some of these responses. Joanne writes, if I'm angry, I go to Microsoft Word and I write everything out. Everything I'm thinking and feeling. I get all the whining, all the anger out. I use language I normally wouldn't use in front of others. And then I write a gratitude list. And I know it sounds phony, but I genuinely do this. I make sure the gratitude list is just a little bit longer than the angry list. Joanne, I love this one. Sometimes we just need to get it out. Right? Just get it out. Get the frustrations. We're so polite all the time, just keeping it all in, and then we explode. And a piece of paper is the best sort of receptacle for that hostility and anger. So much better than another person. Plus, then following it up with a gratitude practice is powerful. And I think a lot of people think that gratitude is about taking you from sad to happy. It's not. Gratitudes are proven to shift your mindset to a more clear, a more peaceful, serene, action-oriented place. At least a little bit more grounded place. Chelsea writes, when I'm too wiped out to do real work and I can't take the day off, I just tend to do the thing that requires the least resistance. Make a list of clients to pitch, some light research. I take the hard stuff like writing, pitching services, I leave it off until I'm feeling the flow again. Just perfect. So well said. Thank you for sharing this. In the Lifehack Method, we call this a BAM day or bare ass minimum. This is a great way to let yourself off the hook from doing the really hard stuff, but stay productive and keep clearing off the simpler work from your plate. And last but not least, Jimmy. These 3 words have helped me tremendously. Do it anyways. Even if you don't accomplish the entire task, you're still one step closer to finishing it when you're in a better mood. It's simple, but so powerful. You know what I call this? Give yourself permission to play hurt. It's okay. It's okay to get on the field and play hurt. Sometimes that's necessary. When I start taking action, even when I don't feel like it, I still get a win. I still move the ball forward. I still feel positive. It's always better for me to end the day still feeling crappy, but knowing that I moved the ball forward. Okay, before we sign off, let's do a lightning round. Some of the most common answers that we got to these questions. A lot of people said, give yourself a few minutes to just stop and feel crappy. Just feel it, then get back to work. A lot of people talked about breathing exercises. I know it's woo-woo, I know it's cheesy, but guess what? It works. People talked about music. Some people said they wanted upbeat music. Some people said they wanted the most angry, angsty, heavy metal music, whatever works for you. And these are all awesome tips. Thank you so much for this, guys. Let's take a minute to talk about today's sponsor, the Lifehack Tribe. Lifehack Tribe is a monthly membership program that we created for those of you who are just feeling overwhelmed and overworked and disorganized in this distraction culture. Each month in Tribe, we host a bunch of awesome live calls, monthly pre-planning sessions live, weekly pre-planning sessions live where we do it with you, in-depth trainings, Ask Me Anything coaching calls, and so much more. In Tribe, we're supporting each other to create our highest level of productivity and accountability to build the kind of life that nobody else gets to have. Now we're offering our viewers a pretty sweet deal right now. If you sign up using the link below, you get your first week in Tribe for just $1. Gang, if you're ready to get it together, if you want to create a freedom lifestyle, click the link in the description below. Okay, now it's your turn. What is your best tip for working through a bad mood? What's been helping you through the pandemic? Tell me what you do. I want to hear it. And I want to thank all the people who shared their advice already. I'm so glad that you're willing to get honest about this stuff. It's tough. It really is. It's a tough moment right now, but we're better together. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up if you think we earned it. And if you're obsessed with human potential and living your best life like we are, consider subscribing to this channel and joining our journey to complete lifestyle freedom. I'll see you in the next video.